Hey, it's time to go Google. I want to show you how to get into your Google account, and then I want to show you the basics of Google Drive/Google Docs. First, when you come on the main Google page, and this is anywhere. It used to be that you could only get to your Google account through the Howland High School webpage, but now you can just go to Google on any account, anywhere. You want to go up to the blue sign in button on the right-hand side. I just want you to see it nice and clearly right there. Click on it and you will come to your sign-in page. Now, because I'm always on Google, mine is jane.price@howland.k12.oh.us. You are first name, period, last name, at howland.k12.oh.us. This might seem like a mouthful at first, but after a while you just kind of get it down and you don't even think about it anymore. That is your extension. And then you have a password. You were either probably given your password when you walked in, or you may already know it, but put in your password now. I am going to try to talk and give a little time for you to do the things that we are doing together. So we're going to sign in. Okay. The cool thing about Google is that it shows you what account you are in at all times, and there I am up here in the top. jane.price.howland.k12.oh.us. And then it shows you always you have availability to your mail. Your Howland mail is actually turned on and available and working. In the near future, if we have students with their emails also activated, we will be able to communicate, and your account does already exist. Okay? Now, I'm going to take you back to that original page again. I want you to be familiar here with what I call the waffle. It's kind of like a grid. You can see when I'm hovering over it, it has the word apps. When I click on it, one click, it shows you these are the apps from Google Apps for Educators that we have available right now. Google Search, when you are searching with this account activated, you've signed into this account, it remembers your searches. It will keep your bookmarks. So if you go home and you sign back into your Google account, those bookmarks will still be there for you. There is a calendar option. That's just not today. If you haven't made a Google website yet, it is very doable and it's not that complicated, but that's something else to play with in the near future. There's that mail again, and then this is the one we're going to focus on today, the Drive. So I'm going to click on the Drive, and up comes your Google Drive. Now, clearly I am a busy girl. I have an account that has been active for a few years. I do try to go in and delete students' past documents. I don't really need those around, but sometimes it seems like I never get rid of enough. If your screen does not look like this, go over here to the cog, the little gadget, the settings, click on it. Now, I'm actually going to click on this right now. It says leave the new drive because I want you to see it is possible that your screen may look like this. This is the old-fashioned. This is what it did look like. To come to the new version, again, back to the cog, the little wheel, and on the dead center it says experience the new drive, and now yours should look like mine, except yours may be relatively naked. You could have nothing here in the center under drive. Okay, up here at the top you see my folders. Now, any document that I create, if I am not in the folder, it is down here just kind of floating. These are just all the documents that are on my drive. But if you have a document that's not in a drive and you already have a folder, or you've created a folder and you want it in the folder, it's really as simple as clicking, holding it down, and then dragging it into the folder that you want. You see it highlight, you see it hovering, I release, and it's now in there. Okay, but let's start off first with how do I make a new folder? It is always a good idea to keep your work organized. You don't have to. Again, it will all be here, but if you want to do new, and then the top option is folder, immediately you have the option to name the folder. I'm just going to call it Jane. You could call it your school year. I actually have already created my school year folder, and there it is in blue, my new folder I just made, Jane. This is the folder I've already created for the upcoming school year. When I click on it, I'm going to double click on it, sorry. You can see that I have inside it 5 folders. These are also folders that I will be putting in students' work as they turn it into me. So I try to keep as organized as I possibly can. To go back to my drive, I can either go up here at the top, you can see it activated, or I can go over here to the left. At the very top it says My Drive. It has an arrow. If I click on this little baby arrow to the left, I can show or not show the folders that are in my drive. But if I'm looking for a document that is in my drive and not in a folder, I need to click on the words My Drive, and then you can see this again, the original, all of my folders here. Okay, so let's get in my new folder. We'll double click on it, and you'll see that there is absolutely nothing. Okay, it does say here you can drop files here or use the new button, and we are going to use the new button. When I click on new, okay, I can come down, and I'm going to skip those first couple of options for the time being. And you can see here's Google Docs. Okay, I'm going to click on this, and right away you see that here is my brand new blank document. They have worked very hard to make Google Docs look a lot like Microsoft Word. People know Microsoft Word, and so to be here, it makes it a lot easier if you're familiar with that, because you can definitely use this. There are a few things that are in a different place. To change the margins, it's under File. You click, and then you have Page Setup. There's your margins, all the default 1 inch. You can change the page from portrait or landscape, paper size, and if you're not printing, you can even change the page color. Printing, it would be difficult to print a page in black with white. Someone would probably kill you for that. Anyway, here's my brand new document. Up here at the top, it says Untitled Document. You can see that I'm just hovering with it with my mouse. When I click on it, immediately I have the option to rename the document, and I'm just going to put on this is what I'm going to call Family Stuff, and say OK. Okay, you can call it whatever you want to call it. Immediately I wanted you to see right here it says all changes saved in Drive. You will never have to hit a save button. So if you are working and you walk away, or they're in a lab and you leave, or whatever it might be, whenever they are working, it's being saved in real time constantly. That is actually a very, very cool feature, because everybody at some point in their earlier life has probably been working on a document, something happened and you lost it, and Google has made it so that you very rarely lose what you are working on, which is super cool. So this is just the document, and you would begin typing. Type here. Whoops. Type here. Anything you want. You can set, if you want to change the spacing, it does do this default, and you can see right here, I'll go away from it again, straight up. The arrow pointing both up and down, it says line spacing. If I click on it, it always has it at 1.15. So, sometimes you might want a straight up single, but there's your double and your double spacing. So this is though where you can deal with your paragraph very, very simply. Here's bullet options if you want to number your list, or just a straight up bullet, that maybe the dots. Again, if I'm up here clicking on my text, it shows that I'm at the left, but I can center it. I can go right. Easy options. Looks just like Microsoft Word. Here's where you play with your font. I can highlight my font. I want my font to be red, but I also, and I'm going to go back to text color, you can see that this says text. To the left it says highlight, and I can highlight my text in yellow. So now it's typed in red and highlighted in yellow, just to show you some options. If I want my font, we talk a lot about Times New Roman 12 in the English department. There it is. And here it is. Having trouble. Here is. Clearly, I'm trying to think quicker than my brain is keeping up with me. But there it is, just Times New Roman. I didn't change it to 12. Yes, I did. We're good. Okay. So, all of your options are here. Insert. You can insert page number, footnote. Recently, I was doing some journal entries, and I was putting horizontal lines in between them. So there's, just anything and everything that you want right here. Looks just like a Google Docs document. Okay, so I'm going to leave this document open, and I'm up here again at the tabs at the top. I'm going to go to the left here, and there's that multicolored triangle. This is my Google Drive. It is showing me here, this is my drive, this is the Jane folder, and this is the document that's in it. I only have one, so not very awesome and exciting at this point. I'm going to go back and click on just my drive. And I want to bring up, hopefully I've got a document here from somebody. because I want to show you. Let's see. Okay. This is somebody's research paper. Okay, so here is a document that a student has shared with me, and I am going to comment on this. And this is something that's actually pretty cool, a cool feature for you, especially as an English teacher. You can also teach your students how to peer edit, and I will talk to you in a minute here about sharing documents. But if I want to tell him this, this right here, and I highlight whatever it is I'm referencing, I can highlight an entire paragraph. Okay, I can highlight just a word, or I can highlight again just a phrase. I have two options to comment. I can right click, and down here in the middle it says comment, and it pops up, boom. It will always tell you who is doing the commenting, so if a student is commenting on another student, they'll know who is commenting, and I can just say fix it, and then I hit the blue comment, and that is posted. If you continue, and I'm going to show you actually here, another second option, I can Control Alt M. That will also do the same thing. Okay, and again, I can comment. If you do this numerous times and you just keep commenting and commenting, a student may walk into their page and be like, oh my gosh, what are these comments? What do they have to go with? All they have to do is literally click once on the comment, and it will highlight it in yellow, so it shows them this is what this particular comment is referencing. They have the ability to reply and say, I don't understand. Oops. Okay, maybe I can't type today. Understand. And then reply. And so you can actually have a conversation going on regarding a specific comment that has been made. If they fix it, okay, and whatever it is that they do to it, and they want to get rid of the comments that are over here just kind of all cluttered, they can hit the resolve button, and it disappears like magic. Also, the highlighting is gone, okay, and gets them back into action again. If you come up here to File, okay, there is an option down here under, it says See Revision History. Now, it shows that this document first came to me May 5th of 2012. I can click on it, and it will show me exactly, and you see it changed to a green. This is what the document looked like on May 12th, May 5th, 2012. And then this is the last and final revision. So if we went in there today, and I'm going to kind of close this, and I changed learning to Turkey, okay, and I'm going to close this document so I can actually just come back into it, and there it is again, coming back into it. File, okay, File, See Revision History, and it says, there it is. It shows me that I've made this change, okay? But if I go, oh my gosh, who put Turkey? Why would someone put Turkey? I can go back and, this kid could show 20 revisions. They could have worked on this document. This one just hasn't been worked on that much. But I can go back and see that, this is the way I want it, and I hit simply restore this revision, and it's back. It's back. And again, always being saved. I never ever have to save it. So that is a cool feature. When a student says, Mrs. Price, I shared it with you. I turned it in. It was on time. It's very difficult for them to lie to you because you have that ability to do the File, See Revision History, and you can see exactly when they worked on it. If the day that it was due, they insisted that they had turned it in, you can click on that date. Maybe you'll find that it was completed. Maybe it'll have a sentence and it clearly wasn't. But it's just, again, very difficult to lie, because you can see, the activity in the document. Okay, so here I am. This is back again, just in my drive, very, very busy, clearly. What I want to show you again now is how you share a document with someone. So I'm going to go into my Jane folder that I just created, and I'm going to go to the document Family Stuff. And if you follow me up here to the right-hand corner, it says Share. When I'm just hovering over it, it says Private to Only Me. Click on it. I'm not going to worry right now about the link. The link is something you could copy and paste and put in something else. So that is where you would come to get a link to this exact page. What I want to show you first is that this is Jane Price. I am the owner. And right now this is set on private. So if I would have copied this link and posted it somewhere, no one would have been able to see it because it's private. I've not allowed it to be seen. If I click on change, I can change it so that only people at Howland School that I've shared the link with can see it, or I could open it up to anybody who has the link at Howland School. Here, okay, it says can view. When I click on the down arrow, I have other options. If I want to put this out, anyone who has the link, anyone who comes to this page so that they can edit it, which means they can change it, change a word, underline. This is what I would want to set it on. A lot of times if you're posting something though out on your website, you don't really want them to be able to edit your document. They would use that setting though when they are sharing with another student in a peer revision situation. The second option you see here is that can comment. They can see it, they cannot edit it, but they can comment, as I showed you earlier, by highlighting and then either right-clicking or using Control-Alt-M. So just showing you that you do have some options. You hit Save, and then you can see here that there it is, Howland Local Schools, and that's allowed. Now, let's say, though, that I want to share this document directly with another person. I'm going to share this with Susan Brucoli at howland.k12.oh.us. That is her email address, her Google account. You have access to everybody's Google account as long as you know their first and last name on staff. That's another awesome thing. You actually also already know all of your students' Google accounts as well. And I'm going to show you one here. All you need is their graduation year, so 17, and then the first 5 letters of their last name. Price happens to have only 5 letters. The first 2 of their first name, so SA, and then at, again, howland.k12.oh.us. Now, this time I also have an option again, right here, where I can let these people edit the document. I want these guys to work on this document with me. Okay, or I can say, no, I only want them to comment. I don't want them to actually mess with any of my sentences, but I want them to comment, or I only want them to view. Okay, but again, that is where I can control this. I can also send a copy to myself, paste it into the email. Sometimes I like to add a message, so I add a message here, and it says, please check this out, and then that will also go with the document. I can write more than that if I want, and I hit send. Automatically, it shows that this document was shared with Sarah Price and Susan Brucoli. Okay, so this can be changed, this can be corrected, and you can add more people at any time. Done. That was all under the share button. Okay, really, and I'm going to click off of this, and I don't need this document anymore. It was the same one. If I am in my Google Docs Drive, I want to show you 2 things very quickly before we go. If I click New, you can see here you have File Upload and Folder Upload. You can take documents that are that are created in other sites or other sources, like a Microsoft Word document, and you can upload it into Google Docs. I very rarely upload an entire folder. I like to have a little more control than that. So if I click on File Upload, I just want to look for a document that is created in Microsoft Word, and I'll click Open, and you watch down here in the bottom right corner, very, very quickly, the upload is complete. I'll close it. And you can tell that this is a Microsoft Word document because it has this big W in it. When I click on it, you kind of just get to see a picture of that document. And as you flow down to the right, oh, excuse me, kind of disappeared. So here I can, at the top, I can print it. I can download it. I want you to look on the option for Open and Open with Google Docs. This will now make a document that was unable to be edited, now a document that you have in your Google Drive, and you can go ahead and make changes to it and do anything you want. It's now a workable document in Google Docs. If I click away and I come back, I hit the X and close out, you can see that there are 2 versions now of this document. The W, which is the Word document as it originally came, and then now this is the Google Docs document that I can edit. So that is a cool feature. If you have things that are on your site you want to put into Google Docs so you can work with them, you absolutely can do that. So if I go back to New, I just want you to see Google Sheets is your equivalent to Microsoft Excel. Works very much exactly the same way. Google Slides is your PowerPoint equivalent. I use this constantly. It does not have all the fancy doodads and bells and whistles that PowerPoint does, but it has a lot. They improve upon it all the time. You can even click on More. There's Google Forms. You can actually create quizzes or surveys for your students to take, and Google Drawings, and there's even Connect More apps. So it can be overwhelming. This is just a good place for you to start. Get into your Drive, create a document, share it with somebody. Do it so that you can see how it works. Don't be afraid of it. Only by getting in and playing with it will you learn it, and it's really set up for success. If you have any questions, you can contact me at any point in time through any of my email accounts, my school email account, or even this one you see here, my Google email account through the high school, and I will be happy to help you. But don't be afraid. Get in there, get dirty, and go Google.